Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Another edition of Paradigm Shift and educational comedy, and I'm gonna kind of do a screen share right quick for a very specific reason. Come on, Google, cooperate. Okay. Well, as I've typed as a description on this, with Donnie Gillson, down sick today with the flu, the original plans for the radio show with Dave Kelso, Time Warrior, and Katerina Edwards Roy, Katerina Roy, or whatever the hell you want to call her, are being moved to next week.
Hi.
This, however, doesn't have to stop them. It simply makes the radio show portion of the Positive Timelines discussion as part 2, as a Google Hangout with Katerina Edwards and Dave Kelso assumes the part 1 position. Well, I'd like to partly explain here why, things are energetically happening as they are. Here's the nice little map here as it's loading for the solar storms that are acting as the energetic penis that is bending the electromagnetic field of Earth over and going ba boom ba doom doom da doom doom doom. And I'm typing here. Well, I typed it already, obviously, but magnetic storms 2015 January 7 to 2015 January 8. More solar flare bombardments, creating even more magnetic storms. 2015 seems to be starting off the expected theme for the year, being a year of action. Well, in some cases, that action requires some recalibration. The magnetic storm seems to be providing a lot of contrast for people. There seems to be more of a focus on biological fatigue than any sort of real drama factors. So if you're feeling a bit, excuse me, weak and worn out today, yesterday, or tomorrow, it's probably just the electromagnetic piss being trickled on the heads of Earth. So just relax, take it easy on yourself, and enjoy the ride, even if it is a tad bumpy. So yeah, Donnie is like down sick with the flu, and I kind of figured something like that was going to happen because it's like the way the last couple of days for me have been going, and all the clearing and reflections and what everybody else has been going through and all the solar activity and crap. Then I wake up this morning and Jay Larson's like, hey, yeah, more electromagnetic storm stuff. And I'm like, ah, geez, I think I know the way this day's going. And sure enough, Donnie's doing some clearing of his own paradigms. And so, yeah, he just got hit with this flu or whatever nasty it is. So he's got like a 101 fever, and he's just bedridden and coughing up all sorts of stuff. And man, he's having fun with a capital FU. But believe it or not, that has everything to do with positive timelines, because people forget that the way the body reacts is a symptom of a immune system that's functioning normally. So we also kind of have our energetic and spiritual immune systems too, don't we? And they've gotten all crammed up with all sorts of junk and bullshit. So, in order to clean up a mess, we've got to identify the mess and actually go through the process of cleaning it up. Everybody is so into that instant gratification that society teaches us to be addicted to, that people don't want to face and clean up the mess. They just want it like, on the secret. Oh, Aladdin's genie! And just have it magically manifest the cleanup. But when people talk about manifestation, they kind of forget the quantum physics. Every little second of every day is a frequency alignment manifestation. You're always manifesting. But we get into this whole ego thing, like, well, if my ego's butthurt, then that doesn't count as manifesting anything. That's not a part of the physical reality hologram. No, because my ego doesn't like it. My ego's all butthurt now, so I'm going to say that's not manifesting, because I don't want to take responsibility for my own paradigm. So I'm only going to consider it manifesting if my ego likes it. if my ego's butt is kissed thoroughly enough and massaged, like, oh yeah, I like that new car, ooh, whatever, then it's a manifestation. But if it's something I don't like that makes me butthurt, it doesn't count as a manifestation. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, so we're kind of here on the Google Hangout. I don't know how long it's going to be. It may be 5 minutes, it may be 30, maybe an hour. I don't know, but the most important priority right now is I just wanted to, let everyone know what happened to the radio show, and that it's going to be rescheduled for probably like next week, and that Donnie's just leaning heaved over a bucket somewhere and making all sorts of pretty noises to himself as he clears himself out. So just wanted to let everybody know that as he moves into his positive timeline, he is literally barfing out some of his old paradigms. Oh man, he's just having fun over a bucket with a fever of 101 and all sorts of other pleasant mental imagery. So yeah, we are still going to be a go for that, just not tonight, because he's a bit occupied. Heard of Occupy Wall Street? This is Occupy Donnie, bucket style. He's taken the bucket challenge.
Hey, Dave.
What's up?
When I talk, does my video feed show up in the live stream?
Yeah. Your video.
Do the switchy thing.
It'll switch automatically when you talk. It'll be focused on you. And when I talk, it's focused on me. Mm-hmm. But while we're in this conversation, like right now, I only see your video screen. You probably only see mine.
Yeah.
But the way it's being recorded is it will show the video based on who it detects speaking. So when it detects sound coming from me, it'll automatically switch to my window as far as what it's recording into the YouTube video. And when it hears you talking, it'll switch back to your video view. It does that automatically.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, but we don't see that live here, no.
That would be really distracting.
Yeah. I think in the old version of the Google Hangouts, it did that on the live feed, and it was very distracting, but it doesn't do that anymore, thankfully. Now, like, whatever we click on is whoever we see, but that's for us individually. But for the actual recording, it does show the video based on who is talking.
All right, so. Just wanted to clear that up. I mean, we can get back to the topic. I just didn't know if you could see my question in the chat.
Yeah, your chat is there.
Yeah, so I don't know if I really have much to say myself. I've been feeling a little bit fatiguey today as well, so I'm just like, oh, I just want a nap.
Well, you know what? Seeing as we've already crossed the line anyway with our last video we did, the one titled "Information is Just Information," and so we've proven to Justin Levine that apparently we have dark energies taking residence in our rectum or something. That was a bit of a funny conversation, and people can watch that. You did make some other similar observations earlier. You don't have to voice them if you don't want to, but you can if you want to, if you feel like being, nailed up on that cross and branded a heathen by certain groupies of a certain person.
If you're even paying attention. I honestly feel like people have to be in that frequency of awareness if they're even going to like catch it, because people have to be looking for it in order to be able to see it. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everything that we've said is just going right over their heads.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to talk about what you were talking about earlier, you can.
Oh, I just think that they're both going through a definite clearing period, and it's nice to see people going and being human, going through the stuff that they go through as humans, and seeing that people who I once put up on a humongous pedestal are not like
are not gods above
they're
you.
not indestructible, you know, they're not above human emotions. And I think that's one of the things that I've disliked the most about the New Age movement, is that a lot of people present this fake personality where they are just presenting only the good side of themselves, and then the negative aspects get so warped and twisted. And I mean, it's not just like this in the New Age movement, it's like this in a lot of different aspects of life.
Yeah.
I mean, they just happen to be the most convenient example at the moment. But you know, when people are just starting to it's almost like they're lying about themselves, to themselves and to other people, in order to try to put forth this better face, this facade. And at certain times in my life, I've done that too. And it's like, you know, you think it's going to be easier to do that, but it's really not. And so what we're observing in person A and person B in this conversation here is that they both have been putting forth an image for so long that now it's starting to crumble, and they are feeling the effects.
Person A being Jordan Levine, and person B being Leah Tarunin.
Yeah,
Just
if you want to like put name drop, that's fine.
Well,
yeah.
I think we were quite clear in the last video we did, so it's not like we're saying anything we didn't say already.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I think we're putting it much nicer in this video than we did in the last one.
I don't know if we were necessarily mean. I think we were just pointing out the fact that there was some logical fallacies presented on many of the parties of the conversation. So
okay, I'll rephrase. We're being less teasing in this video than we were in the last one.
Don't get me wrong.
We were breaking out full Darth Vader, Clinton, Kissinger. We were just like, you know, just going full-blown comedy with it.
Don't get me wrong, I still appreciate both of them for all of the insights they've contributed to my life over the past couple of years. It's just, my only point is the fact that it's interesting to see them just being real, and whether or not that realness is something that I agree with. Like, it's just them being themselves in the moment, and, you know, not trying to censor themselves based on what they think that their audience is looking for.
Just trying to censor everybody else and calling them evil, and warning everybody else about the evils of everybody else's opinions that they don't agree with.
They haven't necessarily did it all the way, Dave. They have like a turd like half stuck. You know, it's like in transit into the toilet bowl, but it's not completely out yet. So like they're trying to give themselves permission to express fully, yet they're still like being like, no, stop it, don't do that.
They've still got that ogre behind them, and that
the ogre is still penetrating hard and fast. But it's okay, because you know, you and I have both dealt with our ogres. Mine, affectionately, I call it Ogarina, and I talk about it in a lot of the videos that I make, and the videos that the blog posts that I put out, you know, over at my website, katerinaedwards.com. So,
oh, shameless promotion, Katerina.
Just a little plug talking about my Ogarina. If you want to learn how to deal with your ogre, go there. And I had like an awesome like flash up thing. It was like katerinaedwards.com. I could just point at it right there.
It's not a butt plug, is it?
No. Well, I guess in the context of this conversation, it is a butt plug, because we were just talking about ogre butt rape. So it's a butt plug. Haha.
You know what? Thankfully, I actually downloaded a copy of this a long time ago. But, like, probably the best video that Leah Tarunin ever did, it's a video called Just Being Me. That was like one of the best, most awesome, most sincere videos that she did that I love, that she totally took down in an epic act of self-sabotage. But thankfully, it hasn't hit the digital bit bucket completely, because not only have I used some clips of that in Paradigm Shift episodes that I've done, I still have the original copy of the whole thing. So that didn't get totally flushed down the cosmic drain. At the very least, I have a copy of it. But that was one of her most epic ones, and she said she deleted all the ones that she feels no longer, represent her, describe her, that she no longer resonates with. So that was really revealing, like the idea of self-sabotage and self-rejection, because there was nothing new agey or ooey wooey about that video. It was one of her most epic videos, just saying like, hey, I'm me, I'm not perfect, I'm a fucking human, and that's okay, and we're all fucking human, and that's it. That's about as far removed from new agey as it gets, but she still, I guess, something about that video, I don't know, maybe it was all I can chalk it up to is an act of epic self-sabotage, because that was a very empowering video. That wasn't in any way new agey or ooey wooey or whatever it is that she doesn't want to associate herself with anymore. It was nothing like that. It was just really badass, just like, hey, I'm me, I'm not perfect, and if you don't like it, fuck you. She literally said fuck. I mean, it's just, I think that was great, and the fact that she thinks that wasn't great and wasn't empowering, well, that's her right to her opinion. But I think that's kind of sad. But we all are afraid of our success more than our failure, aren't we?
Mhm. Yeah, that's definitely true. And so, I mean, I wish them all the best with what they're going through, but I don't really feel much resonance there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Leah's videos would usually only pop up in my face for me like synchronistically in that perfect universal timing when I really needed to see something of hers. There it would be. And I've noticed that the more she's gone into, shall we say, self-sabotage mode, her videos have really not been popping up all that much, because I'm not really resonating as much with that. I've been clearing a lot of my own stuff, and so I'm only getting the occasional, reflection, like, lay acting like everybody who isn't a vegan is Satanist energy, dark buttholes going to hell, or Jordan Levine acting all new agey and then going, I'm not acting new agey. Well, I'm acting new agey. Shut up. Oh, you're not all agreeing with me. I'm going to delete this thread. Being all butthurt and shit. But yeah, I'm not I'm not judging anybody. Well, I'm fucking judging these Illuminati psyopy people. Fuck them. But no, I'm not being negative or judging at all. I'm all love and light, while also saying I'm not all love and light, because that would be new agey, and I'm not new agey. So I'm not shunning anybody. I'm not shunning those fuckers I'm shunning, and I'm not being any love and light while I'm saying, oh, focus only on the positive while I shun those negative. Well, I'm in denial of the fact that I'm doing any of that, because I'm sitting here on my Grandmaster Cloud and saying Facebook has no relevant ability to paradigm shift humanity. So talk to me privately, so that if you're someone who doesn't make me butthurt while I'm sitting here on my cloud, I can continue to talk to you, because you're not making me butthurt while I'm sitting here on my nice soft cushy cloud that's making my butt feel all nice. But if you're someone that's going to be butthurting my butt, then I'm not going to talk to you. With Facebook in public, everybody gets to see it, and then those evil, psyop, governmental people can activate their rights to free speech and do the worst thing ever and say they don't agree with me, and I just can't stand for that. So if you wanna kiss my butthurt butt, then message me in private, where we can talk about real spiritual butt kissing buddy stuff. But if you actually have anything honest and genuine to say to me, well, talk to the hand. Yeah, that was Jordan right there. That's.
Pretty much.
His little replacement post after he deleted the thread.
Yep. It's okay. We've all been there.
It's funny. It is such a mirror.
I know, and that's why we see it, is because, it was a mirror.
And that's why we're not like angry about it either. I mean, we're not sitting here like, how dare that motherfucker Jordan that? Oh, the nerve of him! He's betrayed the spiritual truth movements, and oh, how dare him! That's why, we're not creating him as a psychological projection of our own dysfunction. We're just recognizing him as a mirror and being like, yeah, I can remember when I was kind of like that.
Oh.
So we're both able to sit here and laugh. Well, Jordan looks at us and goes, oh my god, Katerina and Dave must be part of MK Ultra CIA, CIA devil stuff, and their energies are from the dark universe of Uranus, and I, oh my god, don't watch Katerina and Dave, because they're gonna turn you to the dark side, and forever shall it dominate your destiny. Ogres will rape you in the ass, they will, So yeah.
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 The only ogres that I discuss are the ones that are, vacating their way out of my anus. Just leaving. They're going.
Or that skin-colored ogre in Paul's pants. Kidding. Well, you're married. Come on. It's not like I said anything inaccurate. But anyway, but as far as positive timelines, people often equate positive as to the light. Well, when you turn on a light in a previously dark room, now you could see what was in there. Whoever promised you that you'd like what you see? Whoever promised you that it wouldn't be fucking creepy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how it felt when I came into your room for the first time and you flicked on the light, and I was just like, whoa!
Yeah, you're like, man, God, put the paper bag back over your head, Dave. She's shit, you're cracking the mirrors. Anyway.
You and your fucking Mickey Mouse shirt.
I can't psychologically project if you're breaking all my mirrors, asshole. Put that bag back over your head.
Yeah. No, seriously, everyone, I totally hated Dave when I first met him. He intrigued me, but I hated him. Because I thought he was just the weirdest guy ever. I was just like, what the fuck?
Kind of a love-hate thing. She hated to love me and loved to hate me, so, it's just kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like, what grown-ass man wears Mickey Mouse sweaters? What grown-ass man?
Because that's totally
Christmas lights in his room.
Paradigm at all. Yes, he's supposed to be wearing just ties and dress pants, while girls are supposed to be dancing around in pink dresses and being barefoot and pregnant, because society's view of what guys are supposed to do and what girls are supposed to do. That is the absolute correctness, and if you go against that, you're sinning against God.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
It's a different story if you actually enjoy wearing ties and dress suits like Paul does. But to each their own. But I didn't understand that when I first met Dave, because Dave busted a lot of paradigms of mine, and he kind of flew in the face of everything that I thought was true.
Yeah, basically, she was like one of those classic smug prissy bitches that you hate in all those high school movies where you got like the stuck-up chick. But, I was like Luke Skywalker and saw the good in Darth Vader, and I brought Katerina back to the light. And it wasn't with lovey-lighty, ass-kissy, new-agey bullshit either.
Yeah, pretty much. Prissy bitch, I guess. Maybe. I mean, at some point, yeah.
A little bit there.
Sure. A little bit.
That whole like, oh, these people in this group are beneath me because they're not matching these societal ideals. Shun. Yeah, you had a little bit of that going on. Not like horribly, not like you weren't like full blown Kyler Davenport or anything, but you know. You weren't like, I hate butterflies and kittens. They make me want to puke because the Illuminati owns everything. And if
This is like the best impression ever. I hate butterflies and kittens.
and if you don't believe me, then you're just a stupid child, and you need to grow up and get with reality and worship me as God. I mean, she wasn't quite that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyler did act as a nice mirror for that side of her, you might say. She looked at that and she was like, oh my god, sometimes I act like him. I really need to stop. He's creepy. So, yeah.
Oh, fun.
We love you, Kyler, and we hope one day you can afford the surgery to pull the stick out of your ass so it can stop giving you so much pain. But, you know, we don't wish any suffering on you. You choose it of your own volition, and we respect your choice.
Pretty much.
Yep. So just being real about everything here. No fakery, no ass kissery, but no demonizing either. I mean, Kyler really is an important part of people's shifts. And for people who need that sort of kick to the head, as we once did, he's definitely a valid part of the paradigm shifting process. When you can face that reflection of your own inner shadow and come out of it in a pretty good place, then you're doing fairly well. You've gotten kind of a little taste of reality.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of coming out of denial and shit, so. That was a very important lesson, and it's the type of thing that happens when you turn the light on. People are all about love and light and positive. You know what happens when you bring on a full-blown load of love and light and positive? You see all the creepy crawly shit that was hiding in the dark. That's what happens.
No, no kidding.
I mean, you know, a lot of these New Agers, they're under the impression of like, oh, well, this completely dark room was completely safe, and then when I turned on the light, Scotty, with his magic transporter beam, beamed all sorts of stuff I don't like into this room that wasn't there before. No, the shit's always been there. You turned on the light, now you can see it, now you can deal with it.
Well, that's kind of what happened, remember, with my dark energy guy. Like, we'll just call him dark energy guy. You know, after we supercharged all the crystals and stuff.
Yeah, the one from a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, then all of this stuff just started happening in his world afterwards, you know. And it's true, like, when you use that light as a weapon...
You energetically fondled his crystal balls.
Right. But no, seriously, like, you know, this whole idea of light as goodness and positivity and stuff like that, it's a utopian fantasy. You know, the more that I've prayed for light and awareness and more light in my life, like, the more I've seen the cobwebs and the dust and the dirt and just all of the junk that's been hanging out there for decades. Well, decade. I'm only 22, so it can't be decades. I forget my age sometimes.
I forget your age all the time. You're just Katerina to me.
Right. Yeah, but it's true. I mean, you can't wish for the light and then be offended or upset by what you see when you get that awareness.
Yeah, I mean, people think of love and light as this pleasant thing. I mean, you know, when the Bible esoterics and all that talks about it, and about as above, so below, what you put out, you get back, and all that sort of stuff, they're trying to tell you that love and light is a freaking energy weapon. It's like nukes don't even hold a candle to it. And there is blowback. So it's like, if you're going to put out that love and light to someone so that they're paradigm shitting like a motherfucker desperate for their FiberCon, then you better be prepared for blowback. Because as above, so below. What you dish out, you will get back. And all of the good intentions in the world that you have are not going to change the fact that what you put out, you're also going to be on the receiving end of. And that's not karma. That's not God hating you. That's not the devil doing anything. You know, that's just plain and simply physics. And, you know, that's that's just the way it goes. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
realize when you turn on a light, you know, you can see the shit that was in the dark. That's why things are so crazy in the world now, too, with geopolitics and all that. It's like the more light we shine on this world, the more creepy, crazy shit we start to see. We start to see what a creeper Obama is, and we start to see all these politicians doing crazy shit, and the police state starts becoming more transparent, and, you know, so on and so on. It's like, that's the result of putting more light in the world. Now you can better see and understand all the creepy, crawly, slimy shit that's been crawling around in the dark fucking with you. Now you can see it, now you have to face it, and now you have to deal with it and decide what you're going to do about it, instead of trying to pass the buck of responsibility going, it's not my responsibility to deal with that. Somebody else has to do it. Everybody says, you know, I wish somebody would do something about that. I wish somebody would, hey, ever realize that you're somebody? And if everybody is saying,
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody would do something about that. You know, y'all need to realize you're somebody. You want something done about it? Do it. I don't mean act irrationally. I don't mean, you know, leap without looking first. Obviously, be intelligent about it. Don't go making assumptions and diving off cliffs into a spike-filled pit or something. I'm not saying be stupid. I'm just saying, you know, we've all got to take responsibility and own our shit and be willing to at least be willing to learn how to learn to deal with our stuff, instead of sitting there like, woe is me, I no, I can't, no, somebody else has to, I'm such a victim, instead of being all justified in that.
Mm-hmm.
Two little graphical posters that I came across today that are perfect illustration on this. One says, if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. And the other one says, in order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, free will choice on what anybody's going to believe. You can't force somebody to learn. So no one can force you to learn. And I'm sure you're in the same boat here, Katerina, but oftentimes people will come to me expecting me to hand them this magical, quick little paragraph that explains, you know, life, the universe, and everything just a little bit more beyond 42, and that with this magical paragraph, that paragraph is somehow going to make everything easier for them and do everything for them. And a lot of people get really butthurt and disappointed when I tell them that when I say things are easier than you think, I don't mean that it won't take more time than you want it to take. I don't mean there won't be things involved that you might not really want to do. And I don't mean that you're not going to face paradigms that might make you more than just a little butthurt. I'm just saying your belief in difficulty is blocking you off from how easy things can be. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's an easy way and a difficult way to do just about everything. I mean, hey, look at human flight. The difficult way would be to stand there going like this and expecting anything to ever happen. The
Mm-hmm.
easier way is build a fucking airplane.
Yeah, no kidding. No, for real.
Yeah.
I remember early on in my friendship with you, and I would be so frustrated because I was looking for that, you know, quick fix, you know, that one liner or something to just change my reality around and
Dave, shut
or
up and
change
stop
my
telling
mood.
me. Dave, shut up and stop telling me that that doesn't exist. You're an asshole.
No, for real. Like there would be so many times when I would feel like I needed something from the outside to be able to shift on the inside, and that's when you told me that I needed to stop combing the mirror. And that is a phrase that I will always remember because it's so true. Like, I can't expect the mirror to smile first and try to comb the hair on the mirror of my own reflection. Like, it has to start here with me, with the comb in my hand, combing my own hair, getting the hair out of my face, you know, freshening myself up and really doing the work internally before anything else could change. You know, my health didn't start getting better until I started, you know, doing my own work. Even though I was doing the best and the most intensive therapies there were, nothing was budging because my paradigms were so that I couldn't get better. I didn't believe that I could get better. I didn't have the requisite, I don't know, faith in myself to be able to heal myself until I got to that point where I didn't need Dave and I didn't need doctors and I didn't need therapists and other people. You know, I was stuck. I was really stuck in everything.
A good friend is the best therapist you'll ever have.
Yeah, and you've been a great friend for me for all these years. And even so, I got to a point where I couldn't need your support anymore because I had to rely on myself to be able to move my own shit, you know?
Yeah. And then you start moving out of that dichotomy of needing support versus not needing support and into the idea that you deserve support when you want it and you can allow for that, and that doesn't have to be a crutch. It's not something
exactly.
that defines you. It's something that you deserve and are worthy of, but it's not something that controls you.
Yeah, it's a completely different paradigm. And I didn't understand that, which is why for a long time I kind of distanced myself from you, was because I was trying to figure that out, you know?
And I knew that you needed that, and you taught me so much too. At first you didn't believe me when I said that you and I were facing basically the same paradigms and being mirrors, but then you really started to see it, and it's like, oh shit, look at everything I've been teaching Dave. Fuck, it's true, he wasn't kidding. Because you started to see how you were helping me, and it's like, oh shit, he wasn't bullshitting me when he said that, because there was this thing about him here that really annoyed me because it was reflecting me to me, and then as I started clearing it and was acting as an example that was teaching him how to clear it, that he cleared it and it wasn't there anymore, and I saw that I taught him to do that. You know, so you started seeing these things and you're like, whoa, Dave's human, holy fucking shit. But
Yeah,
you know, now if you really do want to comb a mirror, now a mirror is only 3 hours away, synchronistically, from what you were telling me.
yeah, I'm probably not, but you know, I think it's so funny how confused I was by our friendship at first, because I was just like, what is he talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about. I was just so damn confused. But now it's just like, it's so crystal clear, and if anybody ever wants to contend with our friendship or, like, you know, question it at all, it's just like, but you don't understand, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I find myself, like, just totally defensive because I'm just like, but you don't get it. Like, this person is amazing, and they're like, but he's weird. I don't understand him. I don't understand what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, it's your choice. My life has been enriched by knowing you. Most definitely.
And you showed me what a real friend is.
We should,
Because
like, name this Google Hangout, like, friendship or something. Like, something.
I already gave it a title, if you do recall. But remember, we are talking. It all falls under positive timelines, doesn't it?
Yeah, because,
We're
you
we're
know,
shifting our shit here. But I was gonna say that here's some of the things you helped me clear. Like, number one, I'd always had this belief, and especially about female friends, especially, that friendship absolutely required drama, and because drama inevitably destroys friendships, all friendships are temporary. I'm not deserving and worthy of anything more permanent. And through our friendship, we were at each other's throats so much. And you were showing me that there was nothing you could do to destroy the friendship, and nothing I could say to piss you off enough to destroy the friendship. That no matter how much you and I beat this friendship with aluminum fucking bats, that it was just taking it and taking it and taking it, and it wasn't going anywhere. So you showed me that true, real friendship survives anything because it's based on authenticity. It's not based on pretenses. It's not based on ass kissing. It's not based on holding unreasonable expectations about the other person. It's based on being completely honest. And now I've been shifting into the idea that, you know, friendships with female friends can even be without the drama. Like, at first, you know, I mean, I'm not going to name any names here because I don't know if they want me to, but there was a female friend who was a little jealous of our friendship at first, and she was like, I wish I could be as good of friends with you as you and Katerina are, and da da da. And I'm like, do you realize what you're doing for me? You are helping me bust some serious paradigms. You are showing me that at my own pace, at that nice even ease and flow of walking through the woods, I can develop a friendship with a female friend that doesn't require drama with her, that doesn't require her saying, oh, Dave, you're a criminal for thinking and feeling that, and all this catastrophe. And I told her she's showing me that friendships don't have to be built on a foundation of drama. And I told her, you don't realize why me and Katerina are as close of friends as we are. Because we beat the living shit out of each other with our paradigms. It was World War III, full-scale bullshit. And we showed each other that we could overcome that and the friendship could persevere. And now you're showing me that friendship doesn't require that. Thinking that that's a requirement is misery paradigm. I mean, it's a valid stage to go through, and you need to go through it. You and I went through it, Katerina, and it was valid, and it's why we're where we are, and I'm thankful for it. But, you know, just like kindergarten was a valid stage, that doesn't mean you keep repeating kindergarten year after year until you're 20. You know what I mean? You go up to the next stages. And subsequently, you've been having similar experiences with other new friends. You're realizing that you too can form friendships without it being a battlefield, without it being a sword fight. And so we're both learning that together. And everybody who would want to sword fight us looks at us and goes, "You're crazy," and runs the other way, and so there's no drama. So we only get to deal with the people who genuinely resonate and who weren't looking to energetically vampire us and shove dark energy up our assholes and you know, rape us and whatever. So, you know.
Oh, that's so true.
I was making fun of Jordan there with that one, but yeah, anyway, sorry, I had to do it.
My life is remarkably drama-free these days because I've learned these things, you know. When I start seeing it sort of like in the vicinity, it's just like, it's almost like this like little tiny blip on the radar. Like, oh, that's potential drama. Okay, and it just kind of like vanishes, you know. Like, things are just so much easier to handle now. And that's what you were saying, though, about things being easier than we think. But it does take a bit of time because we don't immediately think that it's easier.
By the way,
immediately think it's easier.
In case you're wondering, I have my video off right now because I'm smoking my tobacco, and you had said that it makes you feel a little uncomfortable when I smoke my tobacco on video in a Hangout. So I'm just respecting your preferences of not watching me smoke.
Should I say that? Was that me being a stuck-up bitch, I think? That's probably what that was.
I'm still, my first, reaction was to respect your preferences, because, I mean...
See, this is just an example of you being a good friend. Even the things that I say during stuck-up bitch modes, you still pay attention to, remember, and respect. But this current state, I don't mind. I'd like to see your face.
Okay.
See, everyone, this guy is a gem.
Yep. And here is my tobacco pipe. The same sort of pipe that could be used for other things, but I'm not using it for that sort of thing. And here's my tobacco, which is bugler tobacco. It's natural tobacco. It's not laced with the 10 zillion poisons, like when you go and, get a pack of Marlboro or something that makes the cigarette burn down in 10 seconds and makes your lungs rot out 18,000 times quicker. So the natural tobacco is the better stuff.
Of course.
And I don't feel that it's strong of a draw to smoke. I mean, a pack of this stuff will last me 2 weeks.
Of course, we're not endorsing smoking on this phone call, this hangout. Dave just chooses to smoke tobacco. I do not smoke tobacco. I am not endorsing it by being party to it, but I'm giving him his right to do as he wishes. And all of you too.
I'm not endorsing it either. It is a result of an addiction, but I've managed to, by not adding resistance to my addiction, I've been able to minimize my smoking level. The more I added resistance to my addiction, I was like a pack a week, then a pack every few days, then a pack a day, then a pack a couple of packs a day, and I'm like, whoa, too much. I gotta somebody put the brakes on. So I knew I had to do something about that. So I did some research and figured out, okay, if I rage against this, I'm going to keep smoking more and more. What's part of my problem? Oh, all these chemical additives. So if I smoke off of this, then I'm only taking a puff at a time. I'm not constantly sucking stuff in and surrounding myself with a cloud. And if I do it natural, instead of, the regular processed tobacco, I'm not, I'm decreasing my addiction draw instead of increasing it.
Well, no, that's true. That's how it works with any addiction. Like with my eating disorder that I struggled with for a lot of years, the more that I would try to not, engage in behaviors, the more it frustrated me. And so when I just gave myself permission to eat and to just relax and just enjoy life, and like that stress was off, and I never find myself engaging in eating disordered behaviors or thoughts really ever anymore, because it was a result of just me giving myself a really hard time and just a lot of trauma and a lot of unprocessed paradigms and just a lot of stuff that I just needed to work out. So yeah,
so that definitely
being able to
any addiction. It's not just it's anything.
Yeah. I think there's such a stigma against people who have addictions because there's so much misunderstanding about it. And it's hard. I definitely have a lot of compassion for people who have addictions.
I'm just sharing the video link around a little bit on Facebook.
Okay.
That's weird. All of a sudden I'm having a little feedback that I was not experiencing before. Oh well, if it keeps up, I'll put it. me see here. Wow, I can hear myself. I can hear myself before. Let me do something. That should resolve the problem. Ooh, it's coming from your end.
Oh, all right, I'll go get headphones. Just a moment.
Okay. That's a bit of a delay. Just a minute, three. Interesting. Echo. I'm on the Grand Canyon. Canyon. The echo is about to go away. No echo! Yay!
My chair was like being really silly. We're at this rental house because we're waiting for our apartment to be ready on the 7th.
Cool.
And so we have to deal with other people's stuff.
Not so cool. Nothing.
That's better.
Yeah, that is.
This computer chair was not adjusted for me.
It wasn't echoing before, and then it was, and of course now it isn't. So that was weird why it wasn't before, and then suddenly it is. That was kind of bizarre.
You don't know.
No clue.
Anywhoozles. I think I'm about done.
You think you're about done, huh?
Yeah. Love y'all. I want to go to bed.
Yeah. And by go to bed, she means she's married, so you read between the lines.
Haha.
Wink, wink, you know, nudge, nudge.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, Paul doesn't need batteries, so, you know. Anyway.
No, he just needs food.
Oh, now I'm getting like this robotic static thing. Like when you were talking, it's like, you are talking like a Cylon. Yes, with that voice, that in the voice. That was weird.
All right.
Now
well,
it's not doing it, but that was really freaking interesting. Anyway, we'll let everybody know the exact date of when Donnie reschedules. It's probably going to literally be a week from today. So, you know, that's probably when you can expect us on. And hopefully Donnie will be done facing his bucket challenge. And, you know. So, we'll see all that.
He really likes potty humor, if you guys couldn't tell. Talking about toilets is his, like, favorite thing.
Barf in a bucket. You're going to have a bucket of barf. So you don't want a bucket of barf. Then don't barf in the bucket. Unless you got the flu.
Dave.
Then that's preferable to barfing on the floor.
It is. Or in bed on your partner.
Yeah, or whatever.
Did you know that my mom did that?
Or on the
cat. Really sick. No. My mom literally did that. She was sick with the flu, like, when we were there at my parents' house, and she barfed on my dad.
Ew!
Ew.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she was so sick. It was sad, but it was really funny, because I am a sucker for barf and potty jokes, too.
Honey, I love you.
Well, she woke up in the middle of the night, and she dreamed that she was, like, at a toilet or something, and, you know, she turned over and barfed on my dad.
It's just like kind of like dreaming about peeing, and hopefully you catch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to get the real life version of that.
Totally. Done that before.
Only you're not at the toilet. It's like,
whoops.
I've almost done that once, but actually never followed through. Like, I dreamt that I had woke up and went into the bathroom and was at the toilet. I'm standing there, and I realized that when I'm standing, I'm supposed to feel like I'm vertical because I'm standing. But I noticed I was feeling like I was horizontal, and I went, oh, shit, I'm dreaming! I woke up and went into the bathroom. It was like saved at the last second there, like, oh, close call. Well, love you, Katerina. Appreciate you. You're an awesome friend. We love everybody out there. Even our haters, especially our haters. They're our biggest fans. Love you, haters. Love you, trolls. So, bye-bye, everybody.
Peace out.
I'm going to hit the stop broadcast button now.